Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy, Sports and Fitness Rants? I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. What's up, y'all? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back, man. Got another great video for you guys today, as usual. You guys know the deal on this channel. It's all about setting the record straight, stopping the lies, stopping the narratives, stopping them from rewriting history, guys. And in this video, we're going to talk about how LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers lost last night to the Boston Celtics. And once again, exposing what I've been telling you guys, that the Lakers' record is fraudulent. They have not beaten many good teams this year. Most of their wins have come from the bottom teams, guys. Most of their wins. I told you, at least 25 of their wins that I've counted, at least 25 of their 40 wins have come against the bottom teams, guys. The Washington Wizards, the Portland Trail Blazers, right? These are the teams that they've been beating. The Charlotte Hornets. These are the teams that they've beaten for a lot of their wins, guys. The bottom teams. So last night they played a quality team, the Boston Celtics, and they got beat handedly. And LeBron James went down with a groin injury, a quote-unquote groin injury. LeBron James out here, this is what he does, right? Whenever the Lakers are getting beat down handedly, LeBron James will do these kinds of things. And we're going to talk about in this video, LeBron James with the groin injury. Is it a fake groin injury? Did he fake an injury so he can get out of the game? These are things we're talking about. Once again, LeBron James exposed, not leading the team. The team actually went on the run when LeBron James went down. We're going to talk about this video, guys. And I want to thank you guys, everyone across the world, everyone across the states has been supporting my channel. Once again, guys, you know I'm truly humbled by all support, man. It really means a lot, guys. So much respect to all the true basketball fans. Shout out about the membership, too, man. Thank you very much, guys. And you guys know what to do. Turn the volume all the way up. Hit that play button. Remember, these videos are for educational purposes. And let's roll. So, yes, guys, like I said, man, if you guys do not know, LeBron James and the Los Angeles Lakers played the Boston Celtics last night. Now, I caught the beginning of the game because it came on early enough on the East Coast, and I was able to catch it. I believe it came on at, was it 8 o'clock or something like that, or 8:30? If I can't remember when it exactly started, but I was able to catch some of the game. And like I said, the Celtics were winning pretty handedly throughout most of the game. I think I turned off the game in like the third quarter, and I think the Celtics were up by like 16 points or something like that when I turned the game off. I think it was like 5 or 6 minutes ago in the third quarter. But when we think about what I've been telling you guys all season long, what have I been telling you guys? In the beginning of the season, I said what? That there's no way in hell that LeBron James is the best player on the Lakers. He was not better than Anthony Davis, guys. He has not been the best player on the Lakers since Anthony Davis got there. I told you, we can go back and forth about the health of Anthony Davis, how many games he's missed in LA. We get all that, right? He was missing a lot of games those first couple of years when he was in LA. But so was LeBron James, guys. I told you the same thing. And over the last 2 seasons, Anthony Davis actually played more games than LeBron James did on the Lakers, guys. That was just the facts, man. And Anthony Davis was clearly the best player on the team. He was an MVP candidate at the beginning of the season, guys. The first month and a half of the season, Anthony Davis was on the MVP ladder. He was like number 3, I think, in MVP rankings. Behind guys like Nikola Jokic, the SGAs. Anthony Davis was right there. I told you he was top 5 in scoring, top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in block shots, guys. That's not an MVP candidate. It sounds like an MVP candidate to me, man. That sounds like a Hakeem Olajuwon type of season right there, what Anthony Davis was doing. Sounds like a David Robinson-esque type season to be top 5 in scoring, top 5 in rebounds, top 5 in block shots. Your team was winning games because of you. Remember, they weren't winning because of LeBron James. They were winning despite his antics, despite the lollygagging on defense, the walking back on D, right? Not playing any help defense, load managing, chucking up all these bad shots. Remember, this man was taking all these shots. And even to the very last game, like game last night, LeBron James took the most shots on the team again. And once again, he was second in scoring, even though he chucked the most shots up. So when they say that LeBron James is a pass-first player, we all know that's a lie. But LeBron James continued to chuck up these shots, but not score the most points on your team. So he went out there, and I believe he took 11 for 23 shots, 0 for 6 from 3, because there's LeBron James. That's called inconsistent, guys. LeBron James will have a game where he goes 4 for 8, right? He'll go 5 for 7. And then he'll have a bunch of games like this, 0 for 6, 1 for 7, 2 for 10. This is LeBron James, guys. I believe he was 0 for 3 from the free throw line last night, too. I don't believe he made a single free throw last night. Inconsistent. This is why LeBron James is always shooting in the low 70s every season. LeBron James will start off the season. He'll be like 79, 81% from the free throw line. But as the season goes on, right, the inconsistency of LeBron James' free throw shooting starts to rear its head. And next thing you know, by the end of the season, LeBron James is shooting 72, 73, maybe 74, 75% from the free throw line, which is not horrendous. It's not Shaquille O'Neal or Will Chamberlain or Bill Russell-esque. You're not Andre Drummond out there. We get all of that. But for a skilled player, which LeBron James is supposed to be a skilled position player, he's not a quote-unquote big man. That's not a good free throw percentage. That's mediocre, guys, at best. Mediocre, 73% for your career from the free throw line. I guess that there are many big men out there that put LeBron James to shame just at the free throw line. You think about someone like Nikola Jokic, for example, is like an 80% free throw shooter. LeBron James can't sniff 80%. He's never made it 80% in one single season. Not once, guys. But that's the greatest player of all time to a lot of these fools out here. When you say LeBron James is the greatest player of all time, even though the man cannot shoot free throws, that's like saying that Wayne Gretzky is the greatest hockey player of all time, but he can't skate on the ice. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like saying that Tiger Woods is the greatest golfer of all time, but he can't make a putt. It doesn't make any sense, man. Like, once again, you lowered the standard for what it takes to be the greatest player in that sport. The man don't even have to shoot free throws with any kind of regularity, with any kind of consistency. Greatest player of all time. So these are the kind of things that we've been alluding to that LeBron James has been doing all season long, which has been inhibiting his team from winning consistently. So I've said many times this season, the Lakers' record should actually be better than what it is, but it's not just because of LeBron James. Because of the way that he's going out there playing the game and the way he's been doing this for the last 10, 11, 12 seasons or so, guys. These are the facts. So last night they played the Boston Celtics, who are a good team. I've told you, I don't believe there's any great teams in the NBA. I do not believe any great teams. But I think there are some good teams out there. The Celtics are a good team. I don't believe they're a great team. My problem with the Celtics has been the way they shoot the three-pointers. To me, you're never going to be a great team, a consistently great team, when you're taking that many threes. Because you can't really be consistently great. You can be really good, consistently good, but you ain't going to be consistently great taking that many three-point shots. To me, it takes away from the overall game. But nonetheless, they have very good players on that team, and they've been playing together for several years now. That is the key to these teams. I keep telling people, this is part of the reason why LeBron James teams are inconsistent, guys. In the post-game press conference last night, they were talking to LeBron James, asking about the groin injury, blah, blah, blah. And LeBron James started to talk about, we're not on the Celtics level yet because they've been playing together for several years, is what he said. And he said, we just made some moves. Dude, that's the whole point we're talking about. Your teams are always making moves. So how can you be consistent? How can you develop any camaraderie or cohesion like you're talking the Celtics have? Because they're not trading guys every damn day, every week, every month, every season. Oh, we got to get rid of this guy. They've had Al Horford on that team. I don't even know how many years has Al Horford been in Celtics now. The man's been there for like 7, 8, 9 years, I think. The man's been in the NBA forever, Al Horford. He's got to be in, what, his 17th, 18th season, Al Horford? I don't know, something like that. I feel like the man's been in the NBA forever, man. But he's been in the Celtics for a while. You have Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They've been there for a while now. So you develop cohesion, camaraderie, right? You bring in the Drew Holiday. You bring in the Peyton Pritchards, right? You have the, what's the guy? The guy White, right? I can't remember his name. The guy White. But you have all these guys on the team now. So now you've been playing together for several seasons. Now you've been developing a team. That's a team. That's what teams did in the 80s, the 90s, right? They kept their cores together. I did videos on this. You keep your core players together, and all you do is rotate the role players, the other guys around your core. That's what you would do every once in a while. Make a move here, make a move there to try to get your team over the hump. But you always kept your core guys together. The LeBron James teams don't do that. They won't keep the core together. The only time they'll do that is when he's on a super team. Other than that, they got to do what? They got to keep moving pieces. And think about the super team, Miami Heat. They're constantly moving pieces. So you had to bring in a Ray Allen. It wasn't good enough just to have Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. You also need to bring in Ray Allen, right? But you also need to bring in Mike Miller and Shane Battier, right? And Birdman Anderson, right? And Rashard Lewis. They had to bring in all these guys for LeBron James, guys, to cover for the things that he doesn't do well. Same thing in Cleveland the second time around. You had Kyrie Irving there and Kevin Love. We get that, right? But then you had to bring in the J.R. Smiths, the Iman Shumperts, the Richard Jeffersons, right? You needed all these other guys. You had a Tristan Thompson, a Timofey Mozgov, right? You needed all these people to do things. So you had to move these other pieces around. You bring in a Jeff Green, right? All these other guys, man, a Mo Williams. They brought these guys in for LeBron James to help him win. So when you talk about the moves that the Lakers have made, and you hear LeBron James say in the post game, "Oh, the Celtics have been playing together for some years now. You know, we just brought in or made some moves, dude. You guys are always making moves. So you're exposing yourself, LeBron James, when you say that. Oh, we gotta remember LeBron James, the same guy saying that Luka Doncic had to learn the defensive signals and the defensive calls. And I laugh and say, what calls are you talking about, dude? You don't play defense. What calls are you making? Yo, it's the blowing the hands call. Hey, Luka, man, you stand in that corner blowing your hands. I'm going to stand in this corner and wipe my chest. That's the defensive calls? I don't know what he's talking about. He don't make any sense. But you wouldn't have to worry about the defensive calls or Luka Doncic learning the defensive calls if Anthony Davis was still there. Because let's be real here, Anthony Davis was the only guy playing defense for that team at a high level. There were other guys giving effort playing defense, but no one's playing at a high level like Anthony Davis was. But now they want to say LeBron James has been playing both sides at a high level. You see the narrative, how they're trying to create a narrative here? When Anthony Davis was clearly carrying this man all season long. He carried LeBron James so much that he hurt himself in Dallas. Because he was run ragged. This man was there doing everything, playing two men. He had to guard LeBron James' man and his man. He had to box out so LeBron James could get rebounds. This is what he had to do, just so he could be on the team and not get any credit for these things. Laughable. But LeBron James want to talk about, oh yeah, you know, the Boston Celtics have been playing together for years. And yeah, dude, LeBron, you've been in LA for a long time, my man. You didn't just get there. So why didn't you keep Kyle Kuzma around? Why didn't you keep Lonzo Ball? We all know Lonzo Ball got some injury problems. But why didn't you keep Luke Walton as a head coach? Why you didn't keep none of these guys around on your team? The Brandon Ingrams. Why you didn't keep these guys? Because then now you could say, oh, well, we've been together for a long time, and the other teams have to get on our level because we've developed the cohesion. So maybe you wouldn't have won the bubble title in 2020, but maybe you would have won a championship last year. Maybe you would be a legit contender this year or the year before that because you developed the cohesion and you kept the team together. You developed the core players and you guys developed team-wise over the years now. So yes, maybe you didn't win in 2020 or 21, but now you're setting yourself up for success these next couple of seasons. LeBron James never do those things. Never done that. Never developed a player. None of this stuff. He's never done that, guys, and you know that's the facts. Sorry, excuse me, guys. So, like I said, last night the Lakers play a quality team and they lose handedly. And the irony behind this, guys, LeBron James goes down with a groin injury. But let's be very clear here. LeBron James played like 37 minutes last night, guys. It ain't like LeBron James missed the whole game. And, oh, they lost. Because that's what I'm trying to say. Oh, the Lakers could have came back and won if LeBron James didn't get hurt. The man played like 37 minutes, all right? And they were getting blown out with LeBron James on the court. But when LeBron James went out with the groin injury, all of a sudden, Luka Doncic took over. All of a sudden, Luka Doncic, who wasn't looking that great all game long, playing with LeBron James, he was being very inconsistent, Luka Doncic, last night. I believe he was 3 for 10, if I'm not mistaken, in the first, 2 or 3 quarters. Like I said, when I was watching the game, he was off. He, once again, wasn't knocking the shots down, wasn't looking too consistent, Luka Doncic. But LeBron James goes down, the Lakers make a run. And what does my man AOH always pointed out? I saw he did a video this morning about something. But he's often pointed out, my man AOH, about how the teams with LeBron James, they go on runs when he goes to the bench. And I know a lot of you guys have noticed that. LeBron James goes to the bench, maybe he's getting harassed or whatever the case may be. All of a sudden, his team goes on a rally, on a run when he's not in the game. They look like a better team. We've been talking about that for the last several years as far as the Lakers with Anthony Davis and then the Lakers without Anthony Davis or the Lakers without LeBron James on the court. They were a different team. They looked more consistent with LeBron James on the bench, right? They just looked like they had more cohesion. They were a better defensive team when LeBron James goes to the bench. All of these things were true, guys. We watched it, and we saw the results. We saw the numbers, right? And I told you guys, the Lakers are more competitive when LeBron James is not there. Not saying that they're great or they're going to win a championship, but they're more competitive because they're more consistent on the defensive end. They can get back on D. They're not playing 4 on 5, right? You don't have to worry about LeBron James taking up 20, 23, 24 shots a night, just taking all these bad shots. I mean, the dude was 0 for 6 last night from 3. So what that meant is he took the first 2 or 3 shots, missed them, and then decided to take 3 more. This is what they do in the NBA now. A guy will go 0 for 5, and he's going to take that 6th one. He'll go 0 for 6. He's going to try to take that 7th one. Just so they can go 1 for 9 or 1 for 10. It's laughable, guys, in this era. And LeBron James, the same guy that complains about how many three-point shooter shots are going up, LeBron James is one of the problems there. He's not trying to correct that problem. He still goes out there and chucks up these threes, even though LeBron James cannot shoot. Dude, you can't shoot. Man, his fans really think that LeBron James can shoot? He can't shoot, man. And he goes out there and chucks up these shots. So LeBron James went out there last night. No steals, no blocks. What was he, negative 11 in the plus minus? All the starters for the Lakers were negative, except for, I think Vanderbilt. I could be wrong about that. I don't know if it was Vanderbilt. One of the stars was 0. So everyone else was negative. But like I said, the Lakers actually went on a rally with LeBron James in the locker room dealing with the groin injury. So now, if you guys remember back in 2019, when LeBron James first came to the Lakers, and I told you he activated playoff mode. One of the reasons why he activated playoff mode is because he went down with a groin injury. If you guys remember, I believe LeBron James played like 55 games that season, that first year in LA. And the games that he missed was for some groin injury that he got in I think it was like January or something. If I remember correctly, he got this groin injury and he missed like 20 games or whatever it was. And once again, when he came back, there were like 20 games left in the season or something. And LeBron James said, yeah, I'm going to have to activate playoff mode a little early now because we've lost some games and we've fallen behind. So now I got to kick into high gear to get us into the playoffs. And nothing happened, guys. That's what we laughed about that. Not only did you embarrass yourself by saying you're activating a playoff mode, which we've never heard any player ever say this before, but when you activated that mode, nothing happened. You guys actually lost more than you won. I believe they finished the season with what were they, 8-12 or something like that, or 6-14, something like that. They didn't win any games. And that's what we laughed. LeBron James activating the playoff mode, nothing happened, right? So when you hear LeBron James go down with a groin injury again, like I said, he left in the fourth quarter, I believe, or whatever the case may be. Once again, you think about the groin injury from 2019. Now, is this a classic case of LeBron James faking an injury? Because it's what LeBron James does. The Lakers are, I believe, the number 3 seed now with that loss last night. They're in the 3 seed. So LeBron James is feeling real comfortable right now. Think about it. The Lakers have not been a 3 seed this late in the season, guys, since the bubble championship. Since the bubble year, 2020, 5 years ago, guys. They have not been this high in the standings this late in the season since that season, guys. Every other year, they've been fighting for a play-in, or they haven't even been in the play-in, guys. You remember the 2021 season? They finished in the play-in as defending champions. Lost to Phoenix Suns in the first round. You guys remember that? LeBron walked off the court with 3 minutes to go. Then the next year, right, they brought in Russell Westbrook, Carmelo Anthony, Dwight Howard. All these guys, he told us to keep that same energy. You guys remember what happened that season? They didn't even make the play-in. They didn't even make it. They won 35 games. And then the next season, and the season after that, they've been fighting for play-in every single year, guys. Even though they get 100 billion free throws more than the next teams. Remember, they're still fighting for a play-in spot, even though they were a plus 1,000 over the previous 2 seasons at the free throw line. A plus 1,000, guys. Still fighting for a play-in with all that advantage, all that help. They don't call no fouls against your team. You guys get all the calls in your favor. Still struggling for a playing spot, though. Why is that? Because your team is inconsistent. Because LeBron James inconsistent. No leadership. No hustle on the court. Taking all these bad shots. Taking away from your teammates. Not giving them any roles. This is why your team is fighting for a play-in. Even you get all this assistance. So now this year is the highest that they've been this late in the season since the bubble, guys. So LeBron James feeling a little confident. So he might want to load manage now. Take some of these games off at the end of the season. Because he's not really worried about the team losing a couple of games here and there. Because they're in the number 3 seed right now. And the Western Conference is weak. So really, who's the threat to them? Not really many teams, guys. And the Lakers, once again, out here lollygagging. And where are the LeBron James fans at? Right? The LeBron James fans, everybody out there, oh, the Lakers this, the Lakers that. But I've told you guys, they played the Boston Celtics one time. And they had beat them. Great. You played them again now, you got beat handedly. So now you're 1-1. You're 500 against a quality team. And I told you guys. I did that video not too long ago, right? The other day was. And I went through all the wins against the top teams. And I told you the Lakers were 10-13 against the top teams. They're below 500. And against the crap teams, they were 25-3 against the Charlotte Hornets and the Washington Wizards. And I said in the, what's the other team? The Portland Trail Blazers and the Sacramento Kings. So many teams that they were beating early in the season that were crap. That's where most of their wins came from. They weren't beating anybody worth a damn. The San Antonio Spurs, right? These are the teams that they're beating. So when you go against a quality team, you get exposed. And that's why I tell you guys, the Lakers are going to have to beat a good team on the road, and they're going to have to win 4 out of 7 games. Can the Lakers do that? Yeah, they could, but they're going to have to prove that they can do it. because you have the players. You have Luka Doncic and LeBron James, right? They're the two top 10 players in the league. So you have the people to do it. The Lakers have role players around them, right? JJ Rex is a savant of basketball. So the Lakers should be able to beat anyone. But can they, though? Because like I said, you got to go on the road. The Lakers are on a good road team. And like I said, the Lakers aren't that consistent. And like I said, their wins have come against the weak teams with a favorable schedule. This is where the Lakers get exposed, guys. The Lakers are a good team. They got good players on their team. They're a good team. They're not a bad team. That's why I laugh when people celebrate them going on a winning streak. Who did you beat? You didn't beat no one. And you're supposed to be a quality team. You have two of the top players on your team. You guys should be winning games. That's what we say. You have Anthony Davis and LeBron James on your team all these years, and you guys are fighting for a play every year? That's what we're talking about. You guys should have been top 3, top 5 seed every season with those two guys on your team, but you weren't because you always needed more trades. Guys are not consistent. LeBron James is load managing. Anthony Davis would be getting hurt. Guys are not playing defense consistently. Right? They're lollygagging on the court, LeBron James. How are you going to win consistently and not being a playing if your best player ain't playing no defense or your quote-unquote best player ain't doing nothing out there? I told you guys, we all know Anthony Davis was clearly the best player on the team. And now Luka Doncic is clearly the best player on the team. And LeBron James and the Lakers lose last night. Like I said, LeBron goes down with a groin injury again. So now let's see. Does he come back next game? They play the lowly Brooklyn Nets. They play next, guys. So once again, that's an opportunity for LeBron James to come in there and stat pad. It's an opportunity for LeBron James and the Lakers to beat on a lowly Brooklyn Nets team. So we'll see if LeBron James stays out a couple of games, if he comes right back. Or did he fake an injury to leave the Boston Celtics game early? Because this is what LeBron James' MO is. He's done this in the past. This will not be a first for him. He does these things all the time. And I told you, the Lakers actually went on a run when LeBron James wasn't there. And I told you in the post-game press conference, in the locker room, LeBron James has the nerve to say that we're not where the Celtics are yet because the Celtics have been playing together for several years and we just got new pieces. That's laughable for him to say. That exposes you again, LeBron James. No, duh, you got new pieces. Every year you need new pieces. That's why we laugh about you being called the greatest of all time or one of the greatest of all time, a top 5, top 10 player. It's laughable. Because you always need new pieces. You always need help. And then you want to use that as an excuse, as the Celtics been playing together for years. That's what a team does. That's what teams are supposed to do. Keep their plays together so they can develop together. LeBron James never done this. So once again, when he tried to do it in Cleveland, it didn't work for him. Right? Because even then, the first time in Cleveland, he always needed some new player. So it wasn't good to have Antoine Jameson or Anderson Varejao or Joseph Galskis, Drew Gooden. Right? It wasn't good enough for these guys to draft these players and have LeBron James develop them or, like I said, build them up in practice. Carlos Boozer, Mo Williams, Delonte West, Donyell Marshall. None of these guys were good enough for LeBron James. All these guys that they had to move around and add and take away and do this, that's to help LeBron James. So once again, this is why you're 4-6 in the finals. You're always changing pieces and you're always making the people around you fit around you. You're always making them make the adjustments. They have to make the sacrifices so they can never be the best version of themselves. But then LeBron James wants them to be the best version of themselves by not allowing them to be the best version of themselves. Does that make sense, guys? That makes no sense to me. How does LeBron James expect to do any of these things? Once again, lack of leadership from LeBron James. You guys know these are the facts, man. I told you. The Lakers' record's fraudulent. They're fraudulent. They're a quality team. They got some good players on their team, but their record's fraudulent. Everyone's celebrating their record, where they are. They had a 7-8 game win streak, whatever it was, but you weren't beating anybody. You weren't playing anybody, and you weren't beating anybody. Now they have to go and play the Denver Nuggets after the Brooklyn Nets game. They have to play the Denver Nuggets, I believe. They got to play the Milwaukee Bucks a couple of times, the Denver Nuggets a couple of times. They got to play some teams here coming down the stretch here. So we'll see. Is LeBron James going to low match on them? Is he going to come out here and play against these teams? And let's see what the Lakers do. Because they got exposed last night against a quality team. And this is what I've been telling you guys. The Lakers haven't beaten anybody. I mean, I guess the good thing for the Lakers is the Celtics are in the Eastern Conference. To me, the Eastern Conference actually might be stronger this year. When you have teams like the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics, the Cleveland Cavaliers, some of these other teams, they might be more formidable, some of these teams. The Detroit Pistons look pretty tough. And there's some of these other teams that are out there, man. So you guys know the deal, man. These are the facts, man. You notice I didn't mention New York Knicks. I don't believe in the Knicks, man. So once again, you guys know these are the facts. LeBron James fakes a groin injury, goes down with a groin injury, whatever the case may be. The Lakers lose to a quality team because the Lakers, I told you, their record is fraudulent. It's fraudulent. They weren't as great as everyone was trying to make them out to be. Oh, the Lakers are great. The Lakers are this. The Lakers are that. Blah, 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 blah. they're the best team in the league now all of a sudden. I don't believe so. And like I said, Luka Doncic was carrying LeBron James. It wasn't LeBron James leading them, but LeBron James gets a player of the month. He gets player of the month. LeBron James, it's an absolute joke. You guys know that these are the facts, man. I'll catch you guys on the next one.